good afternoon, everybody, wherever you are. Good morning, good evening, everywhere you are. Now, I hope so. First of all, I'd like to say a very good thank you to all those who watched our previous video. I'd like to say thank you to DJ Henry Jack, who is the director. But anyway, the time was to see and say, so crime rate cost no de akoso Ghana na say mbofra bi akoko bi na obeti say obi akoko no yere enam say out of curiosity, so I wanted to see whether crime rates in Ghana are increasing and I say it's the same. So in the course of my curiosity and search, then I came across this document by the US State Department, and as many of you may or may not know, US State Department na you can say Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Now my report as of April 29th, 2019, and the report was more tailored towards advisory towards US citizens and other travelers traveling to Ghana and some precautions they should take. And so they were trying to sort of paint a picture of the security situation in Ghana. Now anyway, so I thought I would share some of these because they understand whether you live in Ghana or whether you're in the diaspora traveling or you are an expatriate or whoever you are. And I feel say it's still relevant to the situation. I also thought it would be nice to educate ourselves about the state of the situation because I think a lot of times, sometimes a month for engage the social media also to make the judge security situation. So I thought I would stick with the fact and see what's going on and see what we can learn from it. Reportedly, not classify Ghana as what they call level 1 security. Now, some of the countries maybe are a level 2, level 3, level whatever. But it sounds to me, so from what I gathered, in your security expert there, but from what I gathered, name said that the larger the number, the more insecure the country is. In other words, country and number, say level 1, level 3, level 4, level 5, not just say country name said I safe. So in this case, you classify Ghana as level 1. And so then they proceeded to give certain advice. So that means compared to a place like Afghanistan, Syria, Nigeria, even Russia or Pakistan, then as a for to say Ghana is relatively safe. However, some of the advice over the mind, they say, so travelers, they should exercise more precaution. However, say there are more cities, big cities now, they should be very careful. They also advise that people traveling in between cities, what they call intercity highways, in fact, I say Kumasi to Accra, Sunyani to Accra, and I say Kumasi to Sunyani, or Takoradi to Accra. So big cities, in between city highways, they are not crime rate endorsing. They are particularly warned against some parts of Brong-Ahafo, Upper East region, and Northern region. I think some of the advice said violent crimes they are in the last couple of years now. I say it's on the rise compared to not compared to a place like USA, but compared to Ghana and Kasan in the history. The violent crimes on the rise, especially robberies in residential areas. So there are people that appear to be wealthy, particularly expatriates, as a foreigners, maybe omote, and your mom was yana robberies and Dawson area. Okay, so no more say that year, no report said within the year, there were about 500 people who through violent crime. So violent crime victims, there were about 500 of them. To say yes, it could be and a violent crime. They say yeah, one is the kind of injuries, you kill on a violently. I think so. They identify so weapon use. So it's kind of rampant these days in Ghana, probably compared to the past. Weapons in the kind being pistols, being shotguns, and almost rifles. Weapons expert, again, those of you who are familiar, but all kinds of, bottom line, it's all kinds of weapons, gun types, or just deep on it. But one other very disturbing discovery they found was that 1.2 million weapons in Ghana are unregistered, which is very concerning because one of the things I thought about is as a crime is here. Typically, weapons now the committed crime is one of the tools that we use to track a criminal. For example, say the nipano at all weapon now it may track if you say who owns it, what you say him at all, serial number. Those are some of the key pointers are to crime. It is a weapon registered. Na say obi ko obi no kotochine. How do we track down who owns it? What do you say? That is very worrisome. I feel so now they talked about street crimes. Street crimes and I say pickpocketing, it be a wallet, no be and I say the sika shell but my now phone. It's a purse, or bit snatch your purse and I say about pickpocketing, purse snatching, especially in the scams, and it's also targeted travelers. So travelers, they be a free approach in our people know normally who is a home. You know what I mean? Until the traveler you're known, and I say free proof of frost now by and so they can detect. So travelers are a target. I think so now in crowded areas people should be careful, and those are the areas where they try to pick your pocket or snatch your purse. They talked about say as I mentioned earlier, the people that are perceived to be wealthy we a target and so. And I think so people walking alone at night should be very careful, and I say they are a target. Any motorist, it is a moment in a motor vehicle, for instance, you're going to find no motor or more, they tend to be targets. I think so many of us can attest to it if you listen to Guinean news. When we see traders be your cost stop your robium. So these people, travelers, no, any traders, or more multiplying, especially a major or intercity highways, no way target. Credit card fraud is another one that more identifies one of the major crimes in Ghana, and rape. Rape, no, one of the things they said is rape, no, young investigation rates are very poor. As you know, Ghana, as for as much as or for as long as I've been watching the news, me musa crime be about now you solve the crime na akosi every year. Maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't seen it because a couple of years ago, almost a military personnel be watching violently a baby baby. People talked about it almost every day. Even President Kwame Nkrumah and Benedict Khan. Yeah, around here, I have a bunch of other people from the village in question. However, as to the AC, say a prosecutor, say a jail or sentence, many of us don't know. Many of us don't know whether they ever done it. Sorry, no, we ever they are there. So, and see, many of us don't know whether they ever prosecuted these people, jailed them, put them in jail. We don't know. It wasn't published. It was done. What you are saying? And it would be interesting, so yet me, a few years ago, a journalist was murdered. It was a high-profile case. Again, we don't know what happened, whether or much you'll be, whether or not prosecuting the punishment. We don't know. Last year or so, a law professor, a wealthy professor, and also we don't know, and the actual. As to whether what's happening, we don't know. I think so there was a report that one of them, based on such apparent torture or suspected torture or whatever mistreatment, one of them at least died. But as to what they're actually doing in terms of what the procedures are, maybe again, maybe it's me who hasn't heard it. And other crimes that we're gonna be so crime, for instance, it's social media fraud. A lot of times will be social media accounts, and that's why impersonate you be. But I say, as many of us have observed, will be why poses or military personnel, or call Harvard, or call Oxford. But we call the page, you know, any panel. Now ready or can't for the profile, it doesn't match. Or a military general or a police officer. We can share the watch and then the profile not matching because career beyond the behavior himself. What do you say? The watch or portray it doesn't look it. And so now, there, see some of those fake, it also is almost be account. Now they are called impress you. Now, some of the things are more go forward, Eddie, and sometimes some of them are also getting into this scam in the form of romance. Romance, I find an internet romance, and I say virtual romance. You're striking friendship, and I say relationship, nothing, so I started beside, oh, here hospital bill, or Pesica, or your visa. And I say, or here Sika, or they call too expensive gift. Those kinds of things. Credit card fraud is another crime common. But when you know the person make it kind of say in the nutshell, they're not State Department advising us. So we are traveler. In this particular case, so what's a Ghana who crime first traveling at night, walking alone at night after work, you should be very careful. If you have a bit more than your neighborhood, please try not to show up. To study amount for you because you may become a target. Because a few 2 days ago, I wrote a short piece whereby the same reports talked about Ghana and police response rate, which is almost non-existent. What do I say? And then police investigation rate poor. And I'm on the track record set BB2 emergency response time or assistance. It's almost not there. And so now, with the traffic jam in Ghana, one of the things I worry about is so be attack or crime now for police. Traffic won't they may not be able to get to you on time. So it's also means a place like Ghana. There's a lot as an individual that you have to take to protect yourself in a way, to a large extent, your security is in your own hands. Don't travel at night alone. I think so. Those highways in the areas, not to say Medican, Bravo area, all those other areas, or I would say it's a major intercity areas. Try to be very careful when you travel, especially at night. If you are walking in the city, be careful with your wallet. If you don't need to carry a purse, don't carry a purse. What do you say? And be very careful with your small belongings. We pen and person we share. With all of you because it was quite interesting. I thought I would share with all nice, good people out there. I would like to thank all of you supporters and those of you who watch. If you have an interesting topic you would like us to learn about, investigate or research into it and discuss, let us know and we will do justice to it. Thank you everyone. Take care of yourself and wear your mask. And if you can't, get your vaccine and be safe. If you don't feel like getting the vaccine, please follow the protocol and protect yourself.